Hi guys, Jose here from Train Me Please. So, you are thinking of adding a second cat to your household, or for some reason you are adopting an adult cat or a kitten and you already live with a cat. If that's the case, this video is for you. Let's get started. I have a pretty funny story about making this video with one of my own cats, so I'll share that story a little bit later in the video. Stay tuned for that. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and hit that like button so that other people can find this content. I really appreciate that. This is not true for every single cat out there, but generally speaking, the single best enrichment option you can offer a cat is, well, another cat. It may take them a little while to become friends though. In many situations, they may live peacefully under the same roof, but only share activities a small proportion of the time. That is certainly the case with my own cats. In other cases, they may become pretty attached and share a lot of time together. Okay guys, you know the deal and it goes without saying. It is always a good idea to get a certified animal professional to help you with this. With that said, here are some overall general suggestions that should help with introductions. If you implement this program and after several weeks or a few months you still think that your cats are not getting along, you definitely need the help of a behavior consultant or behaviorist. Some cats will do better without another cat in the home. Just like us, cats are individuals and have their own personal preferences. Avoid introducing a new cat if there has been any recent massive change or if your cat is sick at the moment. Simply releasing a new cat in your house and hoping for the best would be a recipe for disaster and one from which both cats might take a long time to recover or not even recover at all. Preparation and planning are super important. We are going to do this slowly and gradually with increased exposure over time. Give it time, we are not in a rush. Start by defining a spare space for your new cat that is arriving. A spare bedroom is perfect for this. At least 1 week before the new cat arrives, close the access of your current cat to that room and occasionally go to that room and start preparing everything you need there. You will need hiding options such as boxes, a litter box, scratching posts, vertical and horizontal, and a water bowl or fountain. You may already know this from some of my other videos, but you will not need a food bowl. Food is for training sessions and enrichment devices. It will also be a crucial tool during the introductions, but more on this later. When you bring the new cat home, take him or her in the carrier to the safe room. Put the carrier on the floor and open the door. Leave the room and give the cat some time. She can come out of the carrier whenever she feels ready. Act fairly normal with your current cat. Continue to offer play sessions, training and enrichment devices. If your resident cat is very interested in the door to the safe room, know that this is normal and okay. Some cats may even initially growl, hiss and tail swing near the door. This is all normal and this behavior should decrease shortly. In my opinion, it would be totally fine to do some counter conditioning here and offer your cat some delicious treats if she is sniffing and investigating around the door space. This initial interest can last anywhere from a few hours up to a week or even more. Keep things fairly normal with your current cat, and with your new arrival, start developing a relationship whenever he or she feels that it's safe enough to leave the hiding spot in the safe room. Do some play sessions and even some hand feeding and training if you so wish. It may be helpful to have help from a second person to go in and out through the door without one of the cats trying to sneak through. Next, we need to introduce the scent of each cat to the other cat. In the book Think Like a Cat, the author Pam Johnson-Bennett recommends the sock method. This basically means that you pet each of your cats with a sock in your hand, and you then offer each cat a sock that smells like the other cat. I like this method, but you can also totally use any other items that smell like the other cat. You can reinforce smelling the items when they choose to do so with food reinforcers or play. When the sock thing becomes pretty uneventful and the cats just sniff it and move on, you are ready for the next step. Move your resident cat to another room with an enrichment puzzle and close the door. Let the new cat come out and explore for a little while. Put the new cat back in the safe room and let the resident cat come out and explore. The new cat would have left lots of sent messages. This is good and we are moving right along the intended plan. Sometimes, move the new cat to a third room, such as a bathroom for example. Place the resident cat in the safe room and close the door. Let the resident cat explore the safe room and the new cat explore the rest of the house safely. After doing this several times, it is time to let them see each other. This will be easier with a second person to help. I recommend having a bit of distance, at least 3 or 4 meters, between the two cats, with the new cat still inside the safe room and the resident cat obviously outside of that room. Both humans will need a super special food with them, maybe canned wet food for example. Partially open the safe room door, and when the cats see each other, offer some food straight away. Stay at a spot that allows you to quickly shut the door if needed. Baby gates or see-through doors are also great options for this step. Some trainers recommend not reinforcing the cat if there is any agitated behavior at this stage, such as hissing or even growling. I disagree with this view. We need to lean a bit more heavily on classical conditioning early on. Operant conditioning will be important and will be in place very shortly, but for now we're just leaning a little bit more on classical conditioning. This is, in essence, a desensitization and counter-conditioning plan. I will link my video on that topic here. A great game to play is the cat equals food game, or at least that's what I am calling it here. When the cats see each other, delicious food is offered for a few seconds. You then move one of the cats out of sight and stop feeding for a few seconds. Back in sight of each other and the food resumes, so on and so forth. Very early on, do not worry about reinforcing aggression. That is not a thing. You are creating a positive association between the sighting of another cat and some delicious food. Soon enough, you should have the cats thinking, when is that other cat showing up again? After a couple of sessions like this, you can move to the operant side of things and wait for the cat to disengage from the other cat to offer the food reinforcement. If the cat is clicker trained, you can and should use a clicker for this. Depending on the specific cats and if they like to play with a feather toy, you can also start to include this option briefly. 2 people, 2 cats, 2 toys. Simultaneous play. The next step is to generalize the situation a little bit. Try to bring the new cat through the door briefly. Try to get the resident cat in a slightly different spot. Try to get the cats a bit closer to one another. When you see that the cats can play this game very well without any tense body posture, long hard staring, hissing or growling, you are ready to let them have some free time with one another under supervision. Jackson Galaxy talks about the eat, play, love approach for this step. I think that that's a pretty good option and I will link his article in the description box. Have some plastic or wooden panels and even some towels handy in the unlikely situation that you need to intervene and separate the cats. Slowly continue to increase the exposure time that they have together. Maintain your safe room as an option for your new cat to retreat to. You can continue to click and treat occasionally when you see tolerance behaviors such as going past each other pretty calmly. Here is a list of 8 things to consider going forward with your cats. Have clean litter boxes spread throughout the house and not in corners. Have more litter boxes than cats. Have plenty of hiding spots and scratching posts. Continue to offer play sessions and environmental enrichment. Offer them structures with vertical space, such as cat trees or high-up shelving with soft, non-slippery surfaces. Avoid any situation that might generate competition or resource guarding from the cats. Offer them plenty of everything. Problems are better prevented than stopped. If you see the cats looking at one another from across the room with tense body posture and a hard stare, redirect them to something else. Continue to reinforce the behaviors you like. I do not recommend that you actively punish any of your cats during these introductions. Do not try to correct any behavior perceived as aggressive. Classical conditioning is always at play and will hinder your progress. As an alternative, I suggest that you look at your environment, your antecedents and resources, and tweak them so that you can create more of the behaviors you want to see. I hope that these suggestions are helpful for you, and I will leave some additional information in the description box below the video. Now, I mentioned a funny story early in the video, and here it is. I was preparing the script for this video, and I left my laptop open and went to the supermarket. And my wife calls me and says that I was sending through some really strange messages in one of our groups with our friends. And I was indeed, and I wasn't sure what was going on. But then I came home and this is what I found. That's right, Miss Poppy went for a nap and I had the application open on my laptop and she was just typing away. And that was the funny story I had to share with you. Thank you so much for watching this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.